a good game by our guys. Defensively, again, they're four all-stars. They're just a tough cover, and then you got the two shooters that they have. So we have to keep trying to mix up what we do, and our guys did a pretty good job of trying to pay attention or lock in on the details of the different changes that we were going through on the defense end of the floor. In the first half, the offensive rebounds by them were killing us. They had 9. The second half, we did a better job. We, put bodies on bodies and limited them to 4 offensive rebounds. I don't know what to do about the free throw line. 22-6 in the second half. You got to go back and watch the film. Maybe we're fouling, but it's a pretty big discrepancy for a half when you're talking about 22-6 in free throws. But maybe we were fouling and they weren't fouling. I don't know. But our defense overall, besides those two things, first half giving up offensive rebounds, second half sending them to the free throw line, it was pretty good, especially when you have the talent that they have and the all-stars that they have, the great players and the shooting that they have. For us, offensively, we have to keep playing faster. We did a better job of spraying the basketball and taking care of the ball. We had 15 sprays this game compared to 9 sprays in game 1. When we hit that paint, we have to play off of 2 because they do a good job of protecting the paint. Got to get that ball off the glass, play faster. We did a better job playing faster this game. Like I said, the 7 turnovers was pretty good for a game against a team in the playoffs. A lot of guys stepped up. Jalen had a double-double. They're sending double teams at him, and he had 14 assists. Again, he did what he was supposed to do. Cat with a double-double, 18 points on very efficient shooting and 13 rebounds. McHale was huge, 19 points, especially catching the ball in the pocket versus their double teams or their tilts. OG was awesome too. He only had 4 rebounds, but he guarded Allen most of the game, and trying to keep Allen off the glass is a load, especially in the second half. And OG did a great job with that, and then he did a great job in the pocket and out on the perimeter when he was open as well, mixing up his attacks and his shooting from the 3-point line. And then Josh, we had 32 assists on 44 buckets. Josh had 7 assists, 1 turnover, and 33-plus minutes. He did a great job on the glass. He was our leading scorer with 26 points. And, obviously, if they continue to leave him open, he's got to continue to let it fly. I think he started out 0 for 3, his first 3 threes, and then he goes 5 for 8 after that. And so we want him to keep shooting it. If his feet are set and Jared Allen wants to play in the paint, shoot it, and we'll figure out the rest of the game after that. But just a well of a game from Josh. One thing we told our team is they're very good at home. They were down 0-2 against Detroit, and again, Cleveland is well coached. Kenny's an excellent coach, and they have a load of talent on that team. We know those guys are hungry and they don't quit, so we know this game 3 is going to be tough in Cleveland because they're coming.
Mike, you mentioned Josh being the leading scorer and hitting 5 threes. The made threes aside, he seemed like he played with a decisiveness, even when he wasn't shooting, just going into a really quick dribble handoff, decide to drive really quick, attacking Allen when he needed to. Where do you feel like that decisiveness came from for him, and how do you feel like he maintained that throughout the game?
It's just who Josh is. He's a gamer. He knew what he had to do in terms of the adjustments he needed to make in order to be effective, not just for him but for the team. And he was great. He was really decisive. Not only that, he helped us get out in transition. And we have to play fast, so we're not going against a set defense all the time. You know, when you get out in transition, if you're a team that cross matches and you get out in transition, it's going to be hard for you to find the right bodies, and that's how we're going to have to play. We're going to have to play fast versus their cross matches to see if we can get something early in transition. But Josh knew what he had to do for the adjustments in this game.
Mike, you've talked during the year about versatility and the way you guys can mount an offense. Jalen today, the career high playoff assists. Just, I guess, what you saw from him being willing to become that distributor tonight.
Well, you know, as an MVP candidate, Jalen Brunson's job is to make the game easier for his teammates, and that's what he did. You know, if you don't send a second guy at him, he's got a pretty good chance of scoring it. If you send a second guy at him, he's going to make the game easier for his teammates. He's going to find them. They just have to step up and make shots. So it starts with Jalen as an MVP candidate, but also it ends with his teammates making shots. Now, that won't be. It can't be done if our spacing is not right. So I give a lot of credit to Chris Gent, our offensive coordinator, and TJ Saint, our assistant offensive coordinator, and continuing to talk to the guys about spacing. And then I give credit to our players for spacing the floor the right way. But like I said, you're an MVP candidate like Jalen is. You got to make the game easier for everybody else.
With Josh, you know,
Simple.
Very simple there. Thoughts from Coach Mike Brown, which we'll get to in a second. But I want to start on the Cavs side of things because they were adamant post-game, both the players and Coach Atkinson, that they felt like they got great looks, but they just missed shots. Do you agree with this assessment, Coach? I know you were looking at the shot.
I know. I guess here's how I see it. I think the shot quality of the Knicks was way better. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe they did have open shots, and when they go back and watch the film, they're going to see open shots. But the shots the Knicks were getting were, like, wide open, take your time, unwrap the gift. Like, you know, yeah, those are shots that James Harden makes.
Sure.
That's not open, right? You know, I felt like the Knicks were scrambling and doing a great job of challenging. You know, and overall, I just felt like they had better shots. They got better shots. And, you know, for the Cavs, they're going to have to make some real decisions on who they have on the floor. Like,
as you were assessing the
starting
lineup, would you make any adjustments?
Too many guys. Right now they got too many guys that are in their rotation that Jalen Brunson can pick out.
Right.
Too many. Like he's just like, oh, okay, come on, you next, you next.
Got a wealth of options.
Really, like seriously. And all of these guys are tough and solid defenders in some regards, but not to Jalen Brunson. Right. They're not good defenders in his eyes. And so they're going to have to figure out, I think getting Keon Ellis into this rotation would be something to look at just from a speed, toughness. You know, he can make shots, you know, just to change it up a little bit, add a little more speed to the lineup. Because when you look at who they're playing, you know, two bigs, so he can always go after them, right?
Oh, yeah, no question.
And then you got Wade, you got Strus, you got Merrill. Those guys are all guys he's going to go after.
Brunson's at the buffet right now.
Yeah, so that's going to be something that they really have to look at because he's having his way with them right now. You know, you look at the first game, what he did, and then how he just already went to what they were going to do next. I mean, that's high level, you know, when you're already getting ahead of the team's adjustments. And so I can't wait to see this next one because, you know, Coach Atkinson might have to make some tough decisions, you know, when it comes to his rotation in the lineup.
Yeah, I know we were listening to Coach there, Robin, and we all thought, were the great looks in the room with us? Or
Yeah, I really wasn't seeing that either. It felt like the Knicks they were